very forefront. He's still training, Eddie says, and staying in shape. So, we'll have to see, what opportunity presents itself.
Would Kazakhstan be the preference? Because he said he wants to fight at home next.
Well, Kazakhstan, the unique thing about Kazakhstan this year is it's the World Expo. So that window is the summer of this year. If it happens, it would most likely be this summer.
When you have a close call like this, does it make it a little bit more urgent for you to want to get the Canelo fight done and not take chances?
We wanted to do the Canelo fight last year, so we'll do it as soon as possible. He's going to be in for a tough fight. I think that's going to be 12 grueling rounds with Chavez. Canelo is going to be the favorite in that fight, but you never know how he's going to come out. So people can plan for September, and if Canelo re-injures himself or has a tough fight or loses, then any plans that I make for September are out the window.
Well, let's assume for a moment he comes through it okay. I mean, at that point, do you have to intensify your talks in Baltimore? Like, let's get this thing done before somebody is beaten?
I have to say the date has always been, once Canelo vacated the title, the date has always been September. So Golden Boy hasn't wavered from that, and I don't see why that shouldn't happen. Whether he fights in Kazakhstan or what happens, the priority, I think, there's two priorities for him. It's to unify the division and to get the biggest fight in boxing. So if we can make one of those two happen or both of those happen this year, it would be a tremendous year. But we saw how tough this fight is, and we have to see how he comes through.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom, what was it?
From the initial talks you had with Frank and Billy Joseph, from your gut feeling, what would their preference be? Presumably the UK.
Sure, I mean their preference would be the UK, but I'll have to sit down with Frank this week and see if there's how realistic it is to try to put the fight together.
Don't you have to wait until May 7th, until the Canelo fight's over, to be able to strike any kind of deal? I mean, because that's the fight you really want, right? Well, even for the junior.
I mean, we could always agree on terms subject to him winning, just like we could have done it before this fight, subject to Gennady winning. So it's always got those clauses. I know Canelo has a rematch provision where he could, do a rematch if he wanted to. So there's a lot of things up in the air, and we just have to see how clear it becomes in the future.
Hey, Tom, what was this experience like doing business with Al Heyman and guys over at UFC?
Oh, everything's been fine with Al. It's the second time we did a fight with Al, and we got to give Al and Danny Jacobs a lot of credit. They did a tremendous job during the promotion. Danny held up his side of promoting the fight. Gennady usually carries the promotion, but Danny did a great job marketing the fight, and he saw this was a big opportunity for him, not only to challenge for the titles, but it was a big opportunity to increase his visibility, his marketability, not only here in the U.S. but internationally for sure.
Can you really wait around for May before getting a plan in place?
Sorry,
Can you really wait around for Canelo in May before getting a plan in place?
No, I think he meant as far as the Canelo fight. If Gennady was to fight in the summertime, we would be working on that right away. So there's not that much time before the summertime.
Gennady said
not necessarily Saunders, but his dream is to unify. So whoever has a title, Andy Lee held it briefly, and Billy Joe won it and defended it one time. So we'll have to see if there's a way to try to make that fight.
Gennady said it may be tough to get into Kazakhstan with the World Expo going on because there's just so many things in play. Does that? Do you know about that? I mean,
there's absolutely really nothing set at all. So now we're going to see, now that we have this step behind us, if it's even a possibility to go there, and then if it is, if it makes sense to fight Billy Joe, we can do something with him, or one of the other guys. So we'll see how that works out. And if that doesn't work out, then the UK is always an option. The UK in the summertime, we see Vladimir's going to fight Joshua April 29th. That's a tremendous fight. So if we can't do the Canelo fight, if Canelo loses, then a summer fight becomes more interesting. Roberto Ramirez is fighting April 22nd. If he wins, he can become a great fight for Gennady in the fall. So there's a lot of options, and hopefully, like I said, that now that Gennady knockout streak has been broken. Hopefully, it'll be easier to try to put a fight together with reasonable money.
Cheers,